everyone, welcome back to Lucky by Nature. Angelic Vixen here. So in this video we are going to talk about the Velonasaur. This particular creature is going to definitely be very popular amongst new players, and the reason being is because you can actually get this at a much lower level. For instance, the saddle you get at level 27, which is really quick to do, especially if you transferred in. If you didn't, when we do our level up run, we'll be able to help you with that, so you can level up fast. But to get to level 27 is really not that hard, but this is going to be a great starter dino, and it's actually very unique in the way that it shoots, its little quills out. So I do have a level 1, and I have a, higher level. That way as I've been doing, I can give you, a breakdown between the two, and so that way you have a comparison on the stats. Now, one thing to keep in mind is these guys are not necessarily very fast. You can actually outrun most of these on nearly any dino. I mean, these are average speed, so don't get yourself into a situation where you have to outrun something like use these, come up on a Giga, and basically it's going to eat you because you're just not going to get away fast enough. So this is the level 1 stats. Take a look at it. Get familiar with it. It's actually not that bad, especially if you are thinking of using this as a starter dino, because the stats are actually pretty decent to get you going, and it'll be great to kill stuff and get the meat and hide and everything that you need from the very beginning. And this one's leveled up, so you can see the range that you're dealing with, and it's not necessarily bad and it's not necessarily great. It's just, if you look at it from the perspective of being a new player, it's actually really good. But so let me just take it around and I'll give you like a feel for how it moves, what it does. It doesn't collect anything, it does its little moves, but overall, I mean, I'm trying to always be positive and optimistic. I would say this one's probably my least favorite, even though I know the purpose of it is, really good for new players. But if you've been around Ark for a while, it's because, I mean, look at this, for instance. You have to be actually fairly close to the thing you're going to shoot to actually get it to hit it. And I'll show you again in a little bit, how this works. But you actually have to get much closer to it than I expected. I didn't expect it to be that way when you actually shoot stuff, because for me in particular, I want to keep a distance, especially if I'm a new player. I don't want it to I don't want the other dino to come at me, because then of course you're dealing with something completely different. You know what I mean? So as you can see here, you do that little whippy tail thing, the stam drains super fast, and it doesn't collect anything. So I wanted to show you those things because, it's better than me just saying, hey, you can collect this, that, and the other, or hey, you can't. I would rather show it to you specifically. That way there's no doubt. And if I was to do something wrong, you guys would catch it and you would help me out, so that way I can help out the community. And I feel like we work really well together with that way. Some people are like, oh, you did this wrong. And it's like, well, no, actually, I didn't know. And I can't know everything. I try to, as be as thorough as possible, but you guys really help us out, which helps the community. And I really appreciate you guys for always, doing that. So I'm showing, the whippy tail thing. That way you can kind of see the damage that would be done one way or the other, because I feel it's imperative for you to know what you're dealing with. So as you can see there, I'm not really sure if I necessarily like that mechanic. One, the stam drains ridiculously fast. So then you're in a situation where you're in trouble. And look how long it took to kill a level 12. I mean, I want you to also, keep that in the back of your mind, because that is kind of crazy that it took that much work to kill a level 12 turtle. So be very careful with the situations you get yourself into with these things, especially as a new player, or if you're a new player to the game in general, not just a new player to the map, and maybe you didn't level up because, a lot of people are actually afraid they would get stuck on Extinction like they did on Aberration. So when you transfer your character, it gets kind of scary with these new maps. So I want to show you what it looks like when it's in this position. That way you can see how low to the ground it goes. And this is strategic for when you're fighting stuff or in PvP, because, these are going to be dinos that you start with in PvP, especially, to kind of protect yourself, because not only are you dealing with learning the game, learning the map and all of that, you're dealing with players too. So I can also see from that perspective, I can see the benefit to having these guys because this will help protect you from other players. And then this is what it looks like when it's just standing up. That way you have, you know, the variance between the two. So this is our new little Velonasaur. Initially, I was really excited. And don't get me wrong, I'm, you know, not disappointed by any means. I feel like these are not going to get utilized as much in the long term. But if you guys think of some really cool stuff, you know, let me know. And then if I discover something that I didn't realize later, I will definitely share that with you guys. As far as special abilities, I did not find any. I took it in water, nothing. So this guy is literally strictly, you know, what it is. There's nothing extra. But again, like I said, if something was to like, you know, come up and all of a sudden I realized something that I didn't realize with all the testing that I did, you know, I will let you know right away. So again, I'm going to show you the distance one more time because this is key, especially if you're a PvP player and you're over there on a PvP map and you're like, okay, I want to kill these people. Well, you need to know your distance, whether it be an enemy dino, an enemy, or both. You need to know how close you need to be. So I want you to be successful, and that is why we do this testing. So creeping on up. Look, I mean, you have to, yeah, there's actually distance, but think about that thing charging if it had speed, you know? So there you go, guys. That's it for this video. And until next time, keep surviving.
My work saved the human race.